today we have this problem and we're going to simplify this by factorizing. Okay, well, this is, I'm gonna start solving. We have to start solving this. Okay, this is first. Well, the result from here, we're going to subtract 5. Okay, so this is going to be the second, and the result from this, we're going to add plus 3, and we're going to have the third part of this. Okay, so well, let's start solving our first part. Okay, so our first part is this. It's square root of 13 plus square root of 48. So guys, 48, square root of 48 is something as square root of 16 times 3. This is square root of 16 times square root of 3. Square root of 16 is 4, and this is 3, right? So we can rewrite this as 13 plus 4 square root of 3. So now what do we have here? We have our index is 2, so we have to turn this part into a perfect square, something like a plus square root of b square, or simply a plus b square. Okay, but how do we do this? Well, let me work on this. 13 plus 4 square root of 3 is the same thing as 13 is 1 plus 12, okay, plus 4 square root of 3. Well, this is the same thing as 1 is 1 plus, I'm gonna put this term in the middle, and then I have 12. So 12, guys, 1 is 1 square, right? How do I transform this to be a square? Well, this is 12, right? So 12 is equal to 4 times 3. So 4 is 2 square, and 3 is square root of 3 to the power 2. The same thing, right? So the bases are different, but the powers are the same. So I have to multiply the bases and keep the power. So 12, again, I'm going to write this is 1 square plus 4 square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 3 to the power 2. So this is the same thing as this. So how do I know that I have a perfect square? Well, this is 1 square plus, this is 2 times 1 times square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 3, right? Square. The square root is going to be is like we have this identity. Okay, so my a is going to be 1 and my b is going to be what? Square root of 3. So this would return me, this part would be 1 plus square root of 3, sorry, 1 is, no, my b is 2, okay, 2 square root of 3. So it's going to be 1 plus 2 square root of 3 to the power 2. But we're going to come to this point by factorizing. So we're gonna have this. It's 1 plus, so this is what? 2 times, so I missed right here 2. Okay, it's 2 square root of 3. So this is going to be 2 square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 3, which we're going to return 4 square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 3 equal square this 3. So I'm going to factor this and this with this, and this is what I have: 1 plus 2 square root of 3 bracket, and here I'm going to have plus, I'm going to take this as common term, and I'm going to have this plus its square. I left with 1, right? 3. So now you can see that this and this are the same, so we're gonna put this in evidence, and then we're gonna have 1 because we left here with 1 plus, and we left here with 2 square root of 3. So these terms are the same. We keep the base, and well, you know, right? Well, this is going to be 1 plus 2 square root of 3 to the power 2. Okay, so now we have that. We can pick this result and put here. So our first case is going to be, well, 13 plus square root of 28 is going to be equals to square root of, we get this, right? 1 plus 2 square root of 3 to the power 2. We will have like the module of this, but we're gonna take this because this is a positive number, so we're gonna have this equal to 1 plus 2 square root of 3. So now remember that we have this, we have square root of 5 minus this, so we're gonna write this. Wanna work on our second case is square root of 5 minus the result of this minus this, so this is the result of this is this, so it's minus 1 plus 2 square root of 3. So this is going to be square root of 5 minus 1 minus 2 square root of 3. So this is going to be equal, so our case 2 turns to square root of 4. 5 minus 1 is 4 minus 2 square root of 3. Okay, so now we have to simplify this as well, so let's work on this. Turn it into a perfect square. Okay, so now we have 4 minus 2 square root of 3. So 4 is something as 3 plus 1 minus 2 square root of 3. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this at 3 minus 2 square root of 3 plus 1. Well, 1 I can write as 1 square, right? And 3 I can write 3 as square root of 3 to the power 2. It's the same thing. This is already a perfect square. This will give me square root of 3 minus 1 square. But how do we get to this? Well, simple. We get square root of 3 square minus, I'm gonna write this as square root of 3 minus square root of 3. This is minus 2 square root of 3 plus 1. I'm gonna factor this 2 and this 2. So I'm gonna have here square root of 3. I left with square root of 3 minus 1 minus, I'm gonna factor the sign of. It means that we'll have 1 here that we don't write. So this is square root of 3 minus 1. So this will return square root of 3 minus 1. Okay, this is common. We left here with square root of 3 minus 1. So this is square root of 3 minus 1 to the power 2. So our case 2 give us this response, right? So this is going to be equal, this is going to be equal to square root of 3 minus 1 to the power 2. So this is this is a positive number, so I'm going to cut this. So now we have that our case 2 square root of 4 minus 2 square root of 3 is going to be square root of 3 minus 1. So now getting back, we have that so we solved our case 2, we have the solution, and we have to add square root of 3 plus the result of this. So now we would have in our case 3, we would have square root of 3 plus this, right? Plus square root of 3 minus 1. So this would give us is 2 plus square root of 3. Well, how do we solve this? We're gonna solve this. What we're gonna do? This is the same thing as I'm gonna multiply by 4 and divide by. Sorry, I'm gonna multiply by 2 and divide by 2. So this is gonna be square root of 2 plus square root of 3. I'm gonna multiply by 2 and divide by 2. And this is going to be square root over 4 plus 2 square root of 3 over 2. So this is square root of 4 plus 2 square root over 3 over we get square root of 2. So what is this, guys? We already solved this, right? Because this is the same thing, you see here, it's the same thing as this. The only difference is that we have here positive sign, right? Positive sign. So in case if we want to solve this, we can do this as well. It's 4 plus 2 square root of 3. We're gonna do it quickly because we have already done this. So this is going to be well, 4 plus 2 square root of 3 is going to be 4 it's same thing as 1 plus, I'm gonna put this in the middle already, and 1 plus 3, this is 4, this is square, this is square root, square, the same thing. So now I have 1 plus, this is square root of 3 plus square root of 3 plus this is square root of 3 to the power 2. So this is, I'm going to factor this and this, right? So this is 1 plus square root of 3 plus factor this 1 plus square root of 3. This is now the common term equals this. So now we're going to have 1 plus square root of 3 times 1 plus square root of 3, and this is 1 plus square root of 3 to the power 2. You see, we should just change the sign of, okay? So now what do we have? We're gonna put our response in here. So we have that our case 3, which is now we transform to this. This is going to be well, let's put the continuation in here. This will give us 1 plus square root of 3 to the power 2 over square root of 2. Cut this is a positive number, so it's 1 square root of 3 over square root of 2. I multiply this by square root of 2 and divide by square root of 2. So this is square root of 2 plus square root of 2 times square root of 2. So this is square root of 2 square. So this is going to be, sorry, this is 3, right? It will give me square root of 2 plus square root of 6 over this is 2. So the response is this. We can write this square root of 6 plus square root of 2 over 2. So guys, our solution is this, okay? So the solution is this. So it means that this exercise here, the answer is, solving this, we get the answer square root of 6 plus square root of 2 over 2. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching the video. See you next time. Please subscribe to the channel and see you next video. Bye.